Okay, let's work another example with these quadratic formula problems. I wanted to do this one mainly because it's not in the right form. Whenever we look at this problem, it says 3p squared equals negative 2p plus 4. Well, we might be tempted just to say, okay, well, let's list out our A, our B, and our C. But we can't because the signs are not correct. Because this is not in the right form, it's going to mess everything up. So let's move our 2 over and our 4 over. We would have 3p squared plus 2p minus 4 equals 0. Now this is in the correct form for us to look at our quadratic formula. Now before we do that, we need to list out our A, our B, and our C. In this case, A is a 3, B is a positive 2, and C is a negative 4. So now we can start plugging them into the quadratic formula. So x will equal the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. And then we start simplifying. So x will equal the opposite of 2 is negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared would be 4, and then we have minus 4 times 3 times negative 4, which will be a positive 48. 16 times 3 is 48. All over 2 times 3 would be 6. Now we can keep simplifying that root. So that would be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 plus 48 would be 52 all over 6. And now 52 needs to be simplified some more. Let's see, 52 is 4 times 13. So if we were to take the root of both of those, we could clean this up a little bit. This would be x equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 would be 2. And then we can't do anything with our square root of 13. All over 6. Now, let's separate these out, though, so that we can simplify them a little bit more. Let's make this negative 2 over 6 plus or minus 2 square roots of 13 over 6. Then we can simplify each one. So 2 and 6, those will reduce down, and likewise over here. So we really have x equals negative 1/3 plus or minus the square root of 13 over 3. So written as two separate answers, that would be negative 1/3 plus the square root of 13 over 3, and also negative 1/3 minus the square root of 13 over 3. That would be our solution set. But the key here is that we had to make sure that they were in the correct order before we listed our A, B, and C. So that's a very, very important thing to remember.